In this video, I'll be doing Xilonen's Travel Chronicles. Well, Kachina's doing her dance. That's a really cool idle animation. I really like that one. I should check my mail, cause I got a code. Also, I should get my expedition rewards first. Then I'll start Xilonen's Travel Chronicles. I have done the first two, but I haven't done the last one, because when I was doing it, it hadn't been unlocked yet.
Add Ash.
Where the Trail Chronicles are here. Okay, I'll do this one. A strange sound echoes across the ridgeline's edge. Melodious chant. Okay, that sounds cool. It's in the Children of Echoes. I guess because the Children of Echoes Travel Chronicles. So it makes sense for it to be in the Children of Echoes.
It's been several days now.
Oh,
Wonder if Clasoli has finished making the Blaze Gem inscription. Since Nashka's birthday is around the corner, let's go to the tribe and buy some things, and then pay the family a visit.
okay. I don't really remember what's happening last time. I think we...
Xilonen, good thing you're here. I'm wondering if I can...
We found the other person with tiger ears, and we went up a cliff and got pushed off by a Surian, I think.
Oh, the shelf on the left, second row down, first X on the right. That one's yours. And the garden hoe belongs to Ignal, and the hammer is Pakal's, so make sure you take the one that's yours.
I haven't even said why I'm here. But, looks like you're about to head out for a break.
She looks like she's trying to sleep.
Yes, but I am going to take it right here. The temperature is just perfect today.
Really? But doesn't it feel a lot hotter than usual? I really don't want to stay out in this heat.
Exactly. In hot weather like this, customers don't tend to stick around and talk when they're coming to place orders or pick up the goods.
I see. Oh, here comes another customer. I'll just leave you to it then, and pick up my axe.
Sure, sounds good to me.
How did she know who it was though?
Hey, Xilonen!
Wait, why is Paimon under the table?
Oh, traveler, Paimon! We meet again.
Why?
You two seem to be in good spirits.
Why did Paimon just go under the table?
How's your Pilgrim's Chronicle been? Run into any issues?
No, everything is fine.
Oh, good. It was also my first time receiving a Pilgrim's Chronicle, even though I've already turned it over to you. There are still a lot of things that could go wrong, so I wasn't sure if there'd be any issues.
Huh? So, what are the chances that something might still go wrong?
Well, less than the chances of Mualani accidentally falling off a spiritway, I'd say.
Oh, well, that definitely would never happen.
I found the Xilonen. Thanks a lot. By the way, Nichka's birthday's coming up real soon. Are you planning to visit her?
I've prepared a gift, and was just getting ready to take it to her.
She was about to sleep though.
You're not planning on giving the kid a full set of pliers again, are you? Or, let me guess, woodworking tools?
You give these kinds of things as birthday gifts? I'd like a set too. Where can I buy one?
Yeah, that's right. Flowers will wither and toys will break, and snacks are quickly forgotten once they're eaten. But a set of durable work tools will always stay with you and get you through many sticky situations. Well, still, I won't be giving Nichka any tools this year. She wrote me a letter saying that she'd like a copy of To Kill the Brave. The book is not what you call a bestseller, but luckily, I have a few copies in my collection. They were really old editions that were published a long time ago, but they should still be readable.
So Xilonen reads books?
Children her age love fairy tales. The last time I was at Thesoli's, I even brought Nichka. Wait. What did I bring her again? It must have been her favorite thing, but, why can't I remember it anymore?
Has she lost her memories?
Oh, it is quite hot today. Seems you're about to pass out from the heat. Do you even remember your own name?
Wait.
My memory can't be this bad. It's just these last few days. I've been forgetting things for some odd reason.
Well, in that case, why don't you use the blaze gem inscription you have as a memo to engrave some important things to remember? After all, that inscription will never wear out, and it's easy to carry. I'd say that's quite a fitting use for it.
You do have a point, but my inscription is almost already full.
Your name is that long? Did you include all your relatives' names too?
No. I engraved some wishes on my blaze gem inscription. You know, just some dreams that I have for the future and things I'd like to accomplish one day. Even though Thesoli has said that from an aesthetic point of view, it would be best for people to keep their inscription short, this blaze gem inscription was still made by a name engraver, the forger of ancient names themselves. Everyone thinks that the inscription she made might have some wondrous powers. So, many people who bought blaze gem inscriptions engraved their wishes and dreams on them, in hopes that they would come true.
Sounds kinda like a wish granter. But if you do that, won't everyone be able to see your wishes and dreams?
I was just wondering the same thing. Yeah, that could be a little embarrassing.
Don't worry. We usually ask Thesoli to add the inscriptions for us. She has a unique method of engraving. With her method, the light must be at a certain angle in order to see the text. Without the right angle of lighting, the blaze gem inscription will just look like a pretty stone.
That's true. In the end, a blaze gem inscription is essentially just a piece of rock. It doesn't have the power to grant people's wishes. Making wishes to it is like shouting into an echoing valley. The only one who will answer is yourself. But using it as a journal for your wishes is also fine. Carrying them with you and taking a look from time to time can be a good source of encouragement.
I guess that's true.
Well, as long as you don't suddenly change your mind and want to take your wishes back, that is. These things are extremely durable. It would take a lot of effort to change the words. And I don't think anyone would willingly part with it either. They're not cheap and very hard to get. If you ever lost it, you'd just be filled with regret. Still, it's really strange. Given Auntie's skill, How could it take so long for her to make one? Huh. Oh, well, I hope someone didn't give her an idea of making fewer and selling for more.
I know this. I know just the person who would do that. Sounds just like one of Chevin's schemes.
It's true. Chevin would totally have put that in her ear. Still, I don't think it's such a bad thing for Tasoli to make some money by selling these. At least she and little Nechka are better off now, and won't have to worry about the cost of treating her illness anymore. I was really worried about their family at first, and was even planning to send them some...
Has she forgotten again? Why does she keep forgetting?
Huh? What was I planning to send to Nechka again? Ugh, this memory of mine.
Alright, if you stay out in the heat for any longer, I'm afraid even the inscription won't be able to save your memory. You should, go back. Yeah, get some rest.
Right. Right. Please give my regards to Tlisoli and Nechka. What's going on? Maybe I should go talk to Ernly to get some medicine.
So you'll be going to Nechka's birthday party too, Xilonen? Oh, perfect! Then let's go together!
Oh, yeah, sure, but I didn't expect you to know Tlisoli too. She hasn't been coming to the tribe much lately, so how did you get a chance to talk with her?
I don't really remember. You explained your encounter with Tlisoli to Xilonen.
Oh, so that's how you met her. She even wants to use volcanic crystal as a forging material. Guess she's really pulling out all the stops for her daughter.
We also wanted to get her a gift for Nechka, but we have no idea what she might like.
Then let's just go and ask. Come on, I want to give her the book anyway.
Huh? Wait a second, our birthday gift's supposed to be a surprise?
I was thinking that.
If we ask Nechka, then she'll know what gift we'll be getting her, and that would ruin the surprise!
But if you don't ask her, then how will you know what kind of present she would like?
Well, don't you know what she likes?
Here's another idea. Perhaps you can also give her a storybook based on what she wrote in her letter. That might be a good option.
Easy enough. I have loads of those in my bag.
But shouldn't we give it a little more thought? If we all give her books, it might seem like we didn't put much effort into it. Xilonen, have you really never asked her what she would like the most? There must be something else she'd like besides books.
Unfortunately, no. Nechka's illness has kept flaring up over the past few years. Apparently, she couldn't do anything during that time other than rest in bed. She didn't even have the strength to talk to anyone. It wasn't until recently that she started to recover from her illness and regained strength to write letters to others. Anyway, there's no need to overthink it. Worst case scenario, I can split the book into 2 volumes and we can each give her one.
Great idea. Let's just go and ask Nechka.
No, that's terrible! That would really look like we didn't try.
Well, it would.
Let's just go ask Nechka.
She might like it though.
Even though it would ruin the surprise, we could at least get her something that would make her happy. Anyway, could you tell us a bit more about the book that you're getting her? Is it really that unpopular?
Well, it's a little difficult to explain. You see, there are actually 2 versions of To Kill the Brave. The premise of the book is pretty straightforward. It's basically about a set of twin brothers working to defeat a demon lord. But after defeating the demon lord, the older brother, To Kill, discovers that the king's spirit has possessed his younger brother, Remok. In the ending of the original story, the older brother kills his younger brother to defeat the demon lord, before jumping into a volcano.
That's kinda dark. Is this a children's book? Oh, we actually get to read it. Wait, this is very long. Wait, this This is so long. Should I try reading it? Is it worth reading this? This is a cool image. Okay, I guess I'll read. This might take a while. This tale comes from the desolate distant past. In those days, the mountain's teeth were still bared like blades against man and beast, thirsting for the souls of the feeble-minded, human and non-human alike. People knew that the god of the mountains loved them not, and was to be given a wide berth. Yet they were forced to seek shelter in caverns, from the storm screaming through the wilds, all to pass one long night after the next. But these caverns, like the mountains, extracted payment from these vagrants. Countless were the tribes who lost kin to the wastes through which they stumbled blind. Valiant Tequil and his kind-hearted brother Rimac were born to one such tribe. At the hour of their birth, a long troubling night reigned outside of the caves, and though the campfires around which the tribespeople sat flickered, none were comforted by the light. The people thought, "This fire shall soon go out, and once it does, we too shall be finished. How long will this night last? I'm cold and hungry too. Let's hurry things up then, quickly. Then we walk into the night. Better that than this torment. Oh, you poor children, you poor children." Yet Tequil and Rimac did not announce themselves with sorrowful cries, as the other children did. Instead, Tequil stared into the cavern depths. The minions of the cavern did their best to frighten him, but his gaze swept over them, keen as a sharp stone spur. He has seen us, our sharp claws and long teeth, but he is not afraid. The wicked creatures whispered amongst themselves anxiously, the involuntary retracted said appendages. Rimac for his part, waved his hands and laughed, and his laughter was like pebbles tumbling in a stream, drawing the eyes of the distressed tribespeople to his face. Only then did they notice that through the flame wavered, it had never ceased to burn, and with another wave of his hands, Rimac patted the firewood next to him. Feed the flame, the elderly chief, thus reminded the newborn boy, shouted his words aloud, repelling the fear that had been about to swallow the tribe whole. People stood and fueled the fire, and they drew their obsidian blades, casting their eyes into the cavern depths, just as Tequil had. The beasts of the cavern were filled with rage and hate, but they knew that these people would not loosen their grip on their weapons, nor would their eyes be shut. Terror had already fled, and so death was forced to retreat. Only when the sun rose again did the brothers close their eyes, falling asleep in their mother's bosom. Thus did the tribespeople depart the cave, having lived another day. These people, who had rejected fear, would live countless days more. Yet the defeat of her evil underlings caught the eye of the master, Coatluki, of this lord of demons, who claimed to be the mother of the underworld and mistress of 10,000 tribes, 10,000 caves, whose fangs were rocky stalactites, whose tongue was every blast of wet, frigid wind, and who upon awakening could only be satiated by devouring 10,000 living souls. Tequil and Ramek were the first humans to slip their grasp. Shamefaced, this Earth Mother waved her hand, lashing the evil beasts cowering to the side with rock. Go, go! Redeem your humiliating failure. Capture those dim-witted mortals, and fill my stomach. But having seen their fears vanquished, the people remembered well their methods of scattering those terrors time after time. They settled at the foot of the mountains, sharpened wooden stakes, lit fires, and gave their sharpest blades to their best warriors, with which they would stand their guard behind the stakes. Their bright eyes pierced the wilderness beyond the firelight, and did not shift their gaze away from for even a moment. By blade and fire did Coatluki's minions taste defeat time after time, until they could do nothing but huddle in the dark, daring not to draw near the flame. The fires in the hearts of the people ignited, and they began to speak of victory, of light, and of the end of the Viper. They believed that Tequil and Ramek, these two brothers, could surely keep the heat and light alive. Tequil and Ramek thought the same, and so they sharpened their spears and blades, preparing to drive the demon lord of that evil serpent to her doom. The Earth Mother, who hated this tribe, did not relent. She took sludge from the deepest parts of the cave and pinched it into a snake. Then she plucked out her eye, setting it into the serpent's eye socket. It was that child who caused you to witness the fire, and so let me go and swallow his eyes. One evening, when the sun had just set, night's veil was slowly covering the sky, and the stars had yet to begin granting their light. The serpent bit and slew a rabbit beyond the tribe's bounds, and burrowed into its skin, lying flat on the ground. Ramek, returning from gathering herbs, came upon this rabbit, and seeing its wound, the kind child put his torch down without hesitation, and reaching for his herbs, he chewed on them, preparing to apply them to the rabbit. But the snake, speaking for the Earth Mother, leaped from the wound, hissing laughter. Ah, ignorant, foolish human, sacrificing yourself for a lowly rabbit. Why does this sound like a howl? This is like how a howl talks. Before Ramek could retrieve his torch, the Earth's Mother's serpent latched its fangs first onto his neck, then burrowing into his body, captured his heart and soul both. The defenseless sentries were the next to be murdered by the Earth Mother, for they greeted Ramek just as they always did when he returned from gathering herbs, only to be pierced through the heart by the serpent, dying on the spot. The entire tribe's fires were put out, and amidst the shroud of darkness, death and terror were resurgent. The Earth Mother spat the snake out, and through poisoned fangs she cried out, "Behold, behold, you arrogant fools, and kneel as you should in the dust." But the sound of a rock being struck cut her off, for Tequil, who had been sharpening his obsidian blade, used it to create sparks that set his tent alight. He raised his blade and charged forward, letting fly his blade at the Earth Mother's messenger. The blazing edge cleaved the poisoned serpent moulded from the soil with ease. But as Tequil was about to follow through, he saw his brother's eyes, and the blood stained his brother's hands. That instant was all the time the wounded Viper needed to escape. Yet nigh fully charred it was still, and the Earth Mother's eye reduced almost to ashes. This tribe was destroyed, and never again was there a chance it would dare defy her. Thus did the Earth Mother comfort herself as she retreated into the darkness. How Tequil wished to call out Ramek's name, but the burning dust caught in his throat, and so he could only watch as his brother vanished into the night. When the night at last passed, Tequil, who stood amidst the ruins, knew that the surviving tribespeople could no longer stay. Burying his confusion and pain deep in his heart, he led them on a new journey. They crossed mountains and canyons, dodging fearsome beasts and poisonous insects. Tequil did not close his eyes for so long as they journeyed, nor did he dare to loosen his grip on blade or torch. Finally, by a silent volcano, they found a tribe willing to take them in. Only after he saw the last of his tribe peacefully fall into slumber under the old shaman's care did he relax and collapse to the earth. When he awoke, he found himself in a blazing cave. The lava that surrounded him undulated with an erratic pulse, as if the very mountain was slowly breathing. When he stood up, the lava boiled and bubbled, and rumbling came from all directions. Do not search for your brother. His eyes have been devoured by a cunning serpent. But I must save him, and pursue that venomous snake also. His words echoed throughout the cave, but the goddess of mountains and fire was silent. Tequil thus prayed unto her, "Let my brother's name live on. I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return." The goddess answered him in the echoing cave. Thus said she, "Your prayer have I heard, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name is sunken into the deepest of the depths." Tequil raised his head and lifted up his wish to the goddess. "Turn my blood to fire, so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry. Turn my blood to fire, until my soul may sear and slay that serpent. I will take its head before my blood runs dry." When Tequil awoke once again, the old shaman of the tribe gave him a brand new sword, food and water. Finally the shaman clasped his shoulder and blessed him. "May your fire dry the venomous snake's venom." Thus did Tequil embark on another journey. His strength was endless, his body tireless, and his blood burned like lava. He crossed grassy fields and snowy peaks, deep valleys and high mountains, and the goddess of mountains and fire showed him the way of falling rocks and the cracks in cliffs. Thus did Tequil strive forward without hesitation. When he met his brother again, the Earth Mother mocked him once more, using Ramak's body and voice, but when her claws pierced Tequil's chest, he moved not, and instead her bones were melted by burning blood. Tequil stared the vicious demon lord down, and said in a loud voice, "My brother is gentle of heart. You would surely have made this land a better place. Yet you have affronted him with your poison, smothered his virtue, slaughtered those who have faith in his virtue. Die, you despicable, venomous insect, die here!" As he roared, Tequil's blood stained his obsidian blade, turning it red hot in an instant. The Earth's Mother watched in terror, as her shell, bones and soul were sundered. She wished to scream, to buy but a moment in which she could unleash her claws and tear Tequil to ribbons. But she could make no sound, for in the fire's light, the silent soul to whom this body once belonged, awakened, and that soul cried out to his brother, "I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left." The blazing flames swept over every corner in that gloomy, frigid cavern, and every last poisonous insect within was slain, burned to ash alongside every plot and scheme so heinous and vile. As the last drop of his blood was about to burn away, the roof of the cave above Quill's head trembled. A fissure opened, and a gem fell down and stopped up his wound. The goddess of mountains and fire spoke once more, and her voice echoed across the walls. "You yet have one drop of blood. Return to your tribe, for this is your brother's wish, and I will see it fulfilled." One night, the old shaman who had waited day after day beyond the tribe's bounds stood to welcome the returning to Quill. But Quill refused the water, the food, and the cheers. Instead he simply said, "The venomous snake was slain, and I am victorious, but I shall soon depart along with my brother." He took the gem from his chest, placed it upon a torch, and walked up to the silent volcano. "I have but one drop of blood left, but it is not left for me, but rather for justice and fairness, for the good and the brave. Good and brave. Use it, and light a fire, a flame that shall never be extinguished." Having said that, valiant Quill leaped into the dead volcano. The earth was shaken by his heart and blood, and the volcano's own heart resumed beating, the blazing lava once more beginning to flow. The volcano lives, and so does the bravery of all the tribes. That's interesting. So this is the goddess, I guess. And this is Quill's brother, maybe? I think. Oh no, maybe this is Quill. Because he's being attacked by the goddess. That's cool.
I remember there was one line that was super popular at the time. If I still remember right, after being possessed by the goddess Coatlicue, Remok said,
So there was a lot of reading.
"I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left."
So what about the other version of the story? Wait, am I gonna have to do a lot of reading again?
The other version was released only recently. The author heard a suggestion from someone and suddenly decided to try and make a stake in the fairy tale market, so the story was revised. In the revised version, the brothers killed the demon lord together and both survived. According to the author, this gave the story a happy ever after kind of ending.
I think the original sounds more interesting though.
However, the revised version was not well received. After a month on the market, it had hardly sold any copies and the books were collecting dust on the store shelves. The store owners desperately tried to get rid of the book, and have resorted to all sorts of promotions and discounts to sell it. Even now, the only edition of To Kill the Brave you can find in the market is the newer one, whereas the older edition is nearly impossible to find. Anyway, I couldn't bring myself to give such a poorly rated book to Nechka, so I spent a few days looking and managed to find a few copies of the old edition in a warehouse. I picked out a copy that looked relatively new and wrapped it up as a present for Nechka.
Wait, did she steal it?
If you're interested, I can give you this extra copy to read. The pages are pretty old though, so please be gentle with it.
Thanks.
Oh, and here's a copy of the newer edition too. They gave me a free copy when I went to buy some chocolatl.
So that's how they're trying to sell off the book. Could it really be that bad? Even Paimon's curious now.
There's 2 more for the collection. You can read them to me while we're on the road, Paimon.
Okay, but you'll have to carry Paimon for a while. Once Paimon's done reading it herself, she'll read it out for you.
Why do I have to carry her? She can fly.
Let's get going. Celestoli lives pretty far from the tribe, so it'll take us some time to get there.
Okay, melodious chant started. That was only a start. So I got the newer version and the old version. I don't think I'm gonna read the newer version. It'll probably be similar, just probably not as good, since people didn't like it as much. This is the new one. Well, the new one doesn't even have a... It's so long as well. Is it just... Is it actually like a completely different story? How do they just write all this when probably hardly anyone's even gonna read it? Scarlet Flowstone Honey Pearl. I'm thinking probably not many people actually read this book. When I was... But people... Some people probably obviously put a lot of work into writing this book. For it just to be a... like a side story that probably most people won't read. They have a lot of books like that though. In the archive, there's so many books which have lots of writing. This is so long. And there's so many of them. Okay, I should continue the quest now. Visit Tlazuli. Over here.
I see everything.
Oh no, I didn't mean to hit it.
Woohoo!
Here they are.
Go on now, Yengu. Nachika is still resting.
Hey, Tlasoli, we're here!
Oh,
This
what a surprise. And even Xilonen is here too.
is Paimon going to play with the Saurian? We came to visit Nichka.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you, Auntie. I received Nachika's letter. She wanted a copy of To Kill the Brave, right? Well, I've brought the book for her. There are several editions of the book in Natland.
Paimon's
and I
being
wasn't sure which
chased.
version she'd prefer.
This is funny, Paimon being chased in the
I
background.
asked a messenger from the Scions of the Canopy. It seems this softcover edition is one of the most popular options, so I brought it for Nachika.
You haven't changed a bit, Xilonen. Let's go inside. I was just boiling some chocolatl, so you can all try some. Xilonen used to love drinking chocolatl. When she was
Paimon's
little,
hiding.
She would always have several cups every time she came to visit me.
I like how Paimon and the Serena just playing together in the background. That's a cool detail to have.
You were already a big girl by the time I finally had my Nachika. Alright, for now let's... Oh,
What's happening?
Oh, Auntie. let's go inside. Traveler, please help me get her into the house.
Sure thing.
Oh, Paimon will help too.
How?
Be good, Yangu, and don't get in the way.
How will Paimon help?
Alright, let's get indoors. Watch your step, Auntie.
Oh, you actually gotta go in the house? It's taking a while.
Sorry. Nechka's illness has been flaring up recently, so I was up for a few nights. I suddenly started to feel dizzy in the sun. I hope I didn't scare you. Have a seat. I'll fetch you a few cups of chocolate. Please wait a moment.
What is chocolate?
Oh, I've already brought them over. This cup's for you, Auntie. And these are for you too.
Chocolate? What does it taste like? Paimon's heard that it can be pretty bitter. Traveler, could you give it a try first?
Paimon wants me to taste it. See if it's bad or not.
Oh, don't worry. Auntie always adds a lot of sugar. It won't be bitter.
The last time you came to visit, you were still just a kid. But now you're a pillar of the Children of Echoes. No, of all Natlan even.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to the drinks I had here and the books I happen to read.
You've been close for quite some time, then.
We heard that you two are from the same tribe, but Paimon had no idea you were so close.
When I was little, my parents were always talking about how skilled Auntie was at forging ancient names and how she was a good role model for the rest of us. The moment I became idle at home, they would toss me into Auntie's workshop to watch and learn.
Then I would have your parents go back, boil you a pot of chocolate, and let you play in the house.
Yeah, and then I would drink and listen to you banging away with your tools in the workshop. But eventually, she moved out of the tribe to find some more space, and I didn't have the chance to visit again after that.
Is chocolate actually a real thing? Or is it just a Natlan thing? Or just a Tibet thing, maybe?
But why did you seem so familiar with the place when you went to the kitchen for the drinks just now?
Because the layout of this place is identical to her old house. Let me see. Yeah, that should be Nechka's bedroom then.
That's right. I remember you used to hunker down in the room to read and draw. But you're all grown up now. Even if you wanted to live here, I'm afraid you've already outgrown Nechka's bed.
You two seem like family. Xilonen seems like an older sister to Nechka.
That's how Nechka sees Xilonen too. Whenever she's feeling better, she always asks me when her pen pal sister will be coming to visit.
Well, yeah, I'm here now, and even brought a gift as an apology. I'll leave the book here.
You said Nechka asked you for the book? I hope it wasn't too much trouble to get. Really, I'm surprised that she even asked you for a present. When she's at home, she'd even ask me for permission to eat some snacks. Maybe I've been too strict with her. She's obviously starting to like her big sister more than her own mother.
Oh, really? Well, I'd say I really haven't done enough to deserve the title of Big Sister. Yeah, I wasn't able to help her when she was sick, and I didn't even come and visit her that many times. Well, the only thing I have been able to do is to help her find some books.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Xilonen. You have great responsibilities as the name engraver of the tribe. We both know you are far too busy to take care of her. The responsibilities on your shoulders also became far heavier when I gave up on my work.
You just had more important things to tend to, Auntie. No one in the tribe blames you. We all know that Nechka needs her mother's care.
But that doesn't change the fact that I gave up on my work. And even now, I still have not found the courage to pick up my hammer again. I'm sorry to leave you to shoulder all the responsibilities alone, Xilonen.
Oh.
Whoa, why so somber all of a sudden? Don't be so sad, everyone. Hasn't Nechka gotten better lately?
Oh, relax, Auntie. I can handle the work. But once Nechka is back on her feet, you should get back to work and let me have a vacation. You'll be the one who's busy then, and I'll be sitting at the side drinking chocolatl and cheering you on.
If that day really comes, you can have as much chocolatl as you like.
So how did Nechka get so sick? Is her condition really that serious?
If you asked me before, I wouldn't have even been able to talk about it. But now that she is gradually recovering, I've also gained some courage to face what happened back then. Nechka's illness actually originates from the Abyss.
Was it like Cheska? Didn't Cheska have infected by the Abyss?
That night, I was in the tribe, having a discussion over the forging of new ancient names. Before we could finish our discussion, the alarm started to ring outside. A horde of monsters from the Abyss suddenly attacked the tribe, so everyone banded together to fight them off. I joined the fray as well, and it wasn't until the monsters were repelled that I got back home with some guards from the tribe. But Nechka was gone. I can't remember how long I spent searching for her. Maybe for 2 or 3 days. In the end, we found Nechka at the bottom of a short cliff.
Oh no.
She was holding a dried up embercore flower in her hand, and there were traces of abyssal corruption around her wounds. I know. It was all my fault. Before the incident, Nechka had asked if I could forge an ancient name for her. Work was busy at the time, so I told her that if she could find an embercore flower, I would use it as material to forge her an ancient name.
So she tried to get one?
Oh, Nechka, my daughter, my Nechka. I was holding her in my arms, but no matter how many times I called her name, she wouldn't open her eyes and look at me.
But she's okay now.
I was the one who decided to move my workshop to the outskirts of our tribe for work. And I was the one who left her home alone. Oh, my daughter. My Nechka. Why do you have to suffer like this?
Whoa, hey! It's okay, right? Nechka's getting better. She already has the strength to write letters now, doesn't she? Well, Xilonen has even brought her a gift.
Please drink some water first. Things will get better.
Sorry. I just can't control myself whenever I remember that time. Phew. Alright. It's not every day that we get guests. I really shouldn't be crying like this. I asked someone to buy some ingredients for me. So, why don't you stay for dinner tonight? I'll make some shrimp bisque, grilled fish and mint sauce, and tower tacos.
I'll help. That sounds like a lot to make, and we don't want you to tire yourself out.
Let me flex my cooking skills. Enough talk, let's start with the fried egg.
Thank you both, but don't worry. It's just a few dishes. I'll be fine.
Sounds like quite a lot.
You three just need to make sure everything gets eaten up. I can't eat a lot at this age.
Oh, we haven't had anything to eat yet, so don't worry. We'll make sure there are no
I promise the plates will be picked clean. I can eat entire fish myself.
Ah, it just occurred to me that Xilonen likes to eat cheesy crab hot pot. Why don't I make that instead of the grilled fish and mint sauce? I remember you don't like picking out fish bones.
Nah, both are fine with me. I've learned to just chew up the fish bones now.
Chew the fish bones?
Oh, come on now. If you don't want to pick out the bones, I can just take them out for you.
Is that dangerous?
Anyway, for dessert, would you like a cup of grain fruit or chocolate?
Cup of grapefruit!
Chocolate.
How about a cup of green fruit mixed with chocolate?
Okay.
Got it. I'll go start cooking, but could you do me a favor in the meantime?
What is grain fruit?
I ordered a bunch of ingredients, and they should be here any minute now. Would you go check by the door and see if they were already here? If so, please bring them in. Come on, Xilonen.
Okay.
Stop lying around. You shouldn't nap before dinner. It'll ruin your appetite.
Hey, I'm not a kid anymore, you know. You don't have to worry about my appetite.
That's beside the point. If you don't watch out for your health while you're still young, then when you get older, you'll...
All right. I'm getting up.
We'll go check on the ingredients with Xilonen. It isn't far, so it shouldn't take us long.
That kid.
Xilonen? Is she talking about Xilonen? This is a nice place.
That kid. She's just like Nachka.
Yeah, I think she is talking about Xilonen. So that's the exit door. Can I go through any of the other rooms? Is this the bedroom? Okay, I can't go in there. This is well in the video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then you may want to watch more of my Genshin and Star Rail videos. And I'll have a playlist on screen, which you may want to watch. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.